Question number 1. A teacher has a student in her class who is visually impaired. What is the best strategy to assist the student in learning effectively? Option A. Allow the student to sit in the last row. Option B. Use auditory teaching aids and tactile learning materials. Option C. Avoid group activities to focus on the child. Option D. Provide the child with additional homework. Answer. Option B. Use auditory teaching aids and tactile learning materials. If a student in your class has dyslexia, how can you support their learning? Option A. Provide them only verbal instructions. Option B. Encourage peer tutoring and allow extra time for reading tasks. Option C. Avoid giving reading and writing assignments altogether. Option D. Only focus on their oral communication skills. Answer. Option B. Encourage peer tutoring and allow extra time for reading tasks. Question number 3. A child with ADHD is frequently interrupting the class and struggling to sit still. How can the teacher manage this situation? Option A. Punish the child for disrupting the class. Option B. Allow frequent breaks and provide activities that channel their energy positively. Option C. Ignore the child's behavior and focus on other students. Option D. Assign extra homework to keep them busy. Answer. Option B. Allow frequent breaks and provide activities that channel their energy positively. How can a teacher make their classroom more inclusive for children with intellectual disabilities? Option A. Simplify instructions and break tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Option B. Exclude them from group work to avoid slowing down the class. Option C. Expect the same pace of learning as other students. Option D. Focus only on their physical well-being. Answer. Option A. Simplify instructions and break tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Question number 5. What is the best approach for teaching a gifted child who finishes tasks much faster than others? Option A. Give them additional worksheets to keep them occupied. Option B. Ignore their advanced capabilities to ensure equality. Option C. Provide enrichment activities and encourage creative projects. Option D. Reduce their workload to match the class. Answer. Option C. Provide enrichment activities and encourage creative projects. Question number 6. When teaching a child with a hearing impairment, the teacher should Option A. Speak louder than usual to ensure understanding. Option B. Use visual aids and sign language to support communication. Option C. Focus only on written communication. Option D. Avoid calling on them to answer questions. Answer. Option B. Use visual aids and sign language to support communication. A child in your class is on the autism spectrum and struggles with group activities. What should you do? Option A. Exclude them from group activities to avoid stress. Option B. Assign them individual tasks only. Option C. Gradually introduce them to group activities with a supportive peer. Option D. Expect them to participate in all activities without accommodation. Answer. Option C. Gradually introduce them to group activities with a supportive peer. Question number 8. A teacher notices that a student has difficulty holding a pencil and writing legibly. What is the most appropriate intervention? Option A. Insist the child practice writing more at home. Option B. Provide assistive devices such as pencil grips or allow typing on a computer. Option C. Ignore the issue as it will resolve with age. Option D. Reduce their writing workload permanently. Answer. Option B. Provide assistive devices such as pencil grips or allow typing on a computer. Question number 9. A visually impaired child is struggling to participate in a classroom science experiment. How can the teacher modify the activity? Option A. Exclude the child from the experiment. Option B. Use verbal descriptions and tactile models for the child. Option C. Let other students complete the activity while the child observes. Option D. Provide a worksheet instead of participating in the experiment. Answer. Option B. Use verbal descriptions and tactile models for the child. Question number 10. What should a teacher prioritize while teaching a child with special needs? Option A. Ensuring they perform at the same level as their peers. Option B. Focusing on the child's unique abilities and strengths. Option C. Avoiding any modifications in teaching methods. Option D. Providing extra homework to compensate for missed lessons. Answer. Option B. Focusing on the child's unique abilities and strengths.